Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Naufal Andriana Putra. Now I'm going to be host on a weekend teach talk show, or you could say with a WTT show.
Host
Here
on the weekend
I'm
pit
going
stop
not alone.
show or you can or you
Here I'm not going alone. I am accompanied by a speaker. His name is Jagat Alif Khatulistiwa, who will bring material with the title Networking Fundamental. Jagat Alif, please enter the studio.
Ya, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Jagat, how are you today?
I'm fine as well. How about you?
Yes, I'm fine. Okay, Jagat, are you ready for give the material to audience?
Yes, I am ready as usual. As usual.
Okay, this time to yours.
Okay. First of all, before I start about my material, first of all, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Jagat Alif Khatulistiwa. I'm from Network Engineer class, and today I will accompany you for 1 hour forward, and then I will share screen the several PDF that I could to borrow from my teacher about network fundamental. Network fundamental. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should like giving apologies for a bit because my material is about like borrowed like in still in Bahasa language, and then even that still on Bahasa language, I will translate into you to English language. And first of all, it's about hardware. Fundamental. Fundamental is like about the starter before you start to learn something. And first, before you learn this networking, I will give you some fundamental networking. The first material is about hardware. Hardware. Hardware is about to physical components. Is seems like it is if I talk by my own language, hardware is about is the thing you can touch it, you can smell it, you can see it. Not like software. Software is the thing you cannot touch it, you cannot smell it, but you can see it when it's displayed by an hardware. And then I will give you something like software is didn't never had like come in this world without hardware. It's like if that one had a hardware, that will be a software. But if they didn't have like hardware, that didn't have to software too, stuff like that. And next, hardware is categorical by four category. Its first is input device, process device, output device, and storage device. What is input device? Input device is the category of hardware that seems that's the how to use it is about how to plug in. How to plug in is seems like USB. If you see in my camera right now, this has like USB. Yes, this the plug-in type. USB is like for inputting something to the hardware. It's like the name is input device. Next is process device. Process device is the device that the duty is for processing. It seems like um how can I say it? CPU. CPU. Oh, why I should said so to you is CPU because CPU is like a brain for your laptop. CPU is a brain for your device, and in one device it must be have one CPU. For the example, it's like handphone, laptop, iPad, and maybe many game. And it must be have one CPU for the brain for processing how to device start until the device to the shutdown. Next is output device. What is output device? Output device is like device is the duty is make it come out. What is makes what is like device makes this come up because for the example it's like monitor and display is like the device that's the DT is for commenting something like the monitor is like make some makes picture is displaying in front of you in front of the laptop. That's why the display is called by output device. Next is storage device. Storage device is the device that has the duty is like for storage. As we know, it seems like similar in our real life. Seems like floppy disk, flash disk, hard disk, and many games. Next is peripheral. Peripheral is like just like add-ons tools. It seems like joystick. Joysticks is like like add-on tools in this world because joystick is can be input, it can be processed, it can be output. No one and in this sports like had seems like joystick. And then next is the example of and that's five uh, kind of device. First is input device. Device that's duty is like to plug in something. Is called like mouse, keyboard, DVD player, scanner, touchpad, and floppy disk. Mouse. As we know, you can see in my camera right now, mouse. Mouse is the thing like you can plug in it and plug out it. And if you want to use mouse, you must to plug in it and you can use as well like this. You can see my cursor is like moving in front of you because I can plug it to the mouse and then I use the mouse. Because of that, mouse is has entered the category by input device. Next is keyboard. Keyboard is as we know keyboard and we must to plug in it to use it, not for a keyboard that have like permanently like put in your laptop, not like laptop keyboard, but keyboard as like add-ons like for the PC. If you want to use keyboard in PC, you must plug in it, or you can use wireless. But many as keyboard in this world is not. You must to plug in it because it's keyboard, it's input device. Next is DVD player. DVD player is but we can see it's very similar in our reality like now because DVD player is like for millennials it's like it's like it's common in this era, but we didn't see have any DVD player again because this is too old and it seems like just for our parents. And then DVD player is very common to our parents for millennial generation. It's like DVD player. If you want to use it, you must plug in it. You must use it like in your laptop. You must inputting your DVD player, your newest DVD player for for using DVD player. Because of that, DVD players is in categorical by input device. Next is scanner. Scanner, as we know, like in like if we want to use scanner for copying something, is we must plug in it. We must input a plugin for turn on the scanner, and then we can see that the trajectory is from our computer. It's like see our scanner, and then we can copy because of that scanner is like input device. Next is touchpad. Touchpad is like a pointer in our laptop. And we have like similar is very easily it's very easy to use to see to have and use touchpad because touchpad is like is every laptop is must be have a one touchpad and then touchpad was must be plugged in. If you like an expert to using your laptop like your Windows, you must be know about device manager. In device manager, we can plug in out and plug in and plug out our touchpad. Because of that, cloud touchpad is called by input device. Next is FDD. FDD is called by floppy disk drive. Floppy disk drive is like too old if we talk about that right now. Because floppy disk drive is like used by our parents or maybe our grandfather. And because of that, but floppy disk drive Yes, we can still say it about input this device and storage device maybe because floppy disk drive we must input in it to our laptop to use it or our PC if you see like you have to use it from before. Next is process device. In this like say like CPU, RAM, power supply, LAN card, VGA card, motherboard, processor, fan, sound card, and headset. Next is CPU. CPU, we can call it is as usually say like central processing unit. And easily, how do I can share the CPU? How do I can memorize it easily? Because CPU is like a brain in your laptop. A brain in your laptop, like if you're or not it can be not be always a laptop. It can be a PC and anything is about to like device. And then CPU is about like processing your laptop your laptop categories, your laptop work, and your laptop or can be your handphone. And then because of that, CPU is called by process device. Next is RAM. RAM is random access memory, and is usually as known as RAM. RAM is about like uh RAM is for easily is like the how to storage your if your storage thing, but for this like this for processing that must be fast. Because of that, RAM is called by process device. Why? Because maybe like this, if you want to like opening many tab on your laptop on your Google's, you must be have big RAM too. Because maybe if you opening your if you open like 20 tab on Google's, and if your RAM is too small, your and then your RAM can be like storing that storage thing like for this for a while. Because of that, RAM is needed in here, and then RAM is called by store processing device. Next is power supply. Power supply, and as now in PC user is about like battery. Battery. Without a power supply, is with a power supply our PC is can turn on by, and then power supply. Sorry, power supply is like about giving frequency, electrical frequency to our laptop, to our PC. To our PC, giving electrical frequency to our PC as high as much, because without a power supply, our PC can running as good as much. Because of that, power supply is inputted by processing device. Next is LAN card. LAN card is can be said always said by NIC card or network interface card. It is a device thing is is for entering plugin to Ethernet. Is can be said like if you network engineer is like as normally you have one card NIC you as normal has had one NIC in your laptop, because because if you want to use like add on Ethernet, it might be so hard and not that good, not recommended. And then for for using Ethernet, you must like have your news add-ons and then plug in your RG45. Because of that, LAN card is like processing device. Next is VGA, as known as Videographic Electrolytor. Is what why I thought VGA is about like processing device, because without a VGA, our laptop is cannot be our monitor is cannot be like opening as normal as usually, because how to use how to turn on your monitor and clearly and very good quality, because we need and VGA we need some VGA. And then why many gaming YouTubers like have some best quality of monitor, because they have best quality of VGA. Because of that, VGA is inputted by process device. Next is motherboard. Motherboard. Motherboard it seems like a mother, like a house, a place for your like if you have so if you how to input your RAM, your VGA, and then how to input your storage device, ROM, your ROM. It's inputted by motherboard. The place is called motherboard. Why it's called motherboard? I don't know because I don't know. It's called by their maker and the motherboard. You can see in here. I'm sorry. You can see in here is the place from RAM and is the place from CPU and many game is like internet. Because of that, motherboard is inputted by process device. Next is processor. Processor in is like similar in our era because processor without a processor we can turn on our laptop because processor is like a CPU is brain for our device because without a processor we cannot turn on our laptop because this is our core our main core in our laptop is if I can say the example is like Intel core it's like AMD is many again because of that is called processing device. Next is fan. Fan is like as we know, fan is for like make our RAM and many again is more cooler. Next is sound card. Sound card, as we know, sound card is for like if you want to hearing something, if you want to hearing something like in plug in your earphone, you must be plugging in the sound like sound place, so like for sound, and then who's like accompanying that is about its name is like sound card. Without a sound card, we cannot like plug it. We can't plug in our earphone. Next is heatsink. Heatsink is like as with what do I can I call it? Heatsink is like giving transfer the head thing like um for the for your even your PC is overheating, and then the heat is by like transferred by heatsink. Why called heatsink? Because like heatsink is about like giving transfer the heat into the fan, and then fan will cool it, and then the cool is like transferred to the RAM and make it cool again. Next, maybe we can enter to like output device. Is have two example is monitor and speaker. First is monitor. Monitor is the output device is for like displaying the picture and processed by the lab. A example is your picture in have by process in the laptop and then sent to the monitor and displayed by the VGA and then as helped by the monitor for outputting the picture into the glass. Because of that, monitor is about an output device because they're outputting the device. That's the name. Next is speaker. Speaker, why I call speaker is output device because as we know, speaker is must is like the name speaker. As we know, is like uh, spreading the audio reading the audio from the speaker is make something like more the sound is like spreading and more higher before the sound. Because of that speaker is output device. Then next storage device. Storage device And we first have hard disk, DVD, and diskette. Hard disk is like um, the storage media for like inside, including ROM, read-only memory, and then it's had DC for saving the data and computer and the data of computer and operating system, operation system, OS. So now, like hard disk, hard disk is like didn't to like very familiar in our era because hard disk it's like if you want to save our movies, our if we download the movies, and then we want to save it, we can save it on the hard disk because in this era, like hard disk is had many storage. It's big. It seems like 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and many gig. Next is DVD. DVD, a digital fertility disc or digital video disc, as known as DVD, is like the optic. It can it can use for saving our data. For our parents, it didn't seems to not didn't it's very seems to like very familiar because for um, 90 era is very much people using DVD for their like want to saving something. Next is diskette. As we know, diskette is about like what I said before, and diskette is like inputting, but diskette is can be storage. It can be storage something because but diskette is only like a small size because and it's like if we ask our grandpa or our grandma, it's like, "Hey, grandpa, do you know this cat?" Is his can be says like, "Oh, this cat." It's like very good thing for story something. But not for now. The file, but for now in this era, the file is very big, not like before. But this cat is only can storage like 1.4 MB megabyte, like 2 megabyte, like not like hard disk. Hard disk is can like saving for 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. As this cap this only can saving 1 megabyte because of that. And this cat is like too old to use it for. So next is peripheral device. Peripheral device. It's about add-ons device, which can be says it can be printer, flash disk, UPS, modem, webcam, hard disk external, projector, card reader, barcode reader, and joystick. Next, first examples is about printer. Printer is output things is peripheral things for like copying data. It's like words, picture, and photo to the paper. As we know, printer is like copying the data from the laptop and transfer it to a paper. Because of that, printer is said by peripheral device. Because the thing what printer outputting thing is about like paper. Next is flash disk. I said flash disk because flash disk is like why is called by flash disk? Because and what had like had example before. I'm sorry. It's about flash disk. Why is called by flash disk? Because in before in previous version is called by hard disk, and then it's like eating much storage and then too big to like bring it to something anywhere. And then why it's called flash? Because it's small and the storage is more smaller than a hard disk. But why it's called by peripheral device? Is as we know we can call it a storage device because storage device is about like something permanently on our device. But if in this hard disk, in this flash disk, I mean, this flash disk is very portable and we can bring it anywhere. Next is UPS. UPS, uninterruptible power supply, as known as UPS. And UPS, why is called by peripheral device? Because UPS, the benefits of UPS is like you have a PC, and then you very afraid, very fear about lay down the lamp, and then lay down the lamp, and if you want to like you very hate your PC is like about shut down forcibly by the electrically frequency, and then you want to even that your in your house the electricity is 0% with UPS you can turn on the PC without an electricity. And UPS is things like power bank in our handphone, but this is for PC. And then UPS can be used by server too. Server, as we know, server must be like turn on 24 hour in one day. But because of that, server we must like giving UPS for like for like if we afraid to like the electricity is stopped again with a UPS, your server is can be still like turned on. Next is modem, as known as modulator demulator. Is the tools there's like is all tools. I can say it all tools like I can say it all tools because it's like if we still live in 2012, if we want to internet googlings use internet, we must have a quota. We must have the IP public, and then how to get that internet? We must have we must like pay for the quota, and then how to get we can insert it without a SIM card for now. We can use modem. This is modem for like old version of modem. For it seems like it seems like floppy disk. You can see in in the display. It seems like flash disk, but it can be say this for sense. This for like interneting, not for saving something. As of that, this is a peripheral device. Next is webcam. Why is webcam is called by peripheral device? Because webcam, as we know, webcam is just like didn't have like including for categorical, not for inputting or for output, not for like storaging, not for processing. But webcam is for like add-ons for your laptop or PC. Because if your camera is didn't look so good, we can use webcam for make better better camera. Next is hard disk external. Before we can see like hard disk is for storaging device. We can see now is hard disk external. What's the difference of these two bits? These two things. Hard disk external is like portable and we can bring it anywhere. But hard disk external is still on big size. But the difference is you can bring it anywhere, any day, anytime. Not like hard disk, normal hard disk. It's like plug in into your laptop or your PC and permanently still on there and forever. Next is projector, or we can call it in focus. In focus is like the thing for displaying, like spreading your displays on your laptop into like spread the we can say it um, we can make it double monitor like that, but we can see our monitor like if you display your focus to the wall, we can see our monitor it's like displaying in the wall because of that character or in focus is peripheral device. Next is card reader. Card reader, we can say it's like a card reader is for as add-on things for reading your card. It seems like we can see in here. This is for mini SD, and T-Flash micro SD. And in our laptop, normally in this era, it didn't have like no one have micro SD plugin add-ons recommendedly from public. We can we just can buy the extra one. This is called card reader because of that, and well, that is this still portable and then still called by peripheral items. Next is barcode reader. As we know, it's very like similar in our life because of that. Barcode reader is like for reading the barcode like in our in what market in Indonesian market like in Alfamart for buy something for correctly and specifically for the items it must use barcode reader because of that. Barcode reader is not including the input, output, storage, and process. Because of that, barcode reader is it's inside by the peripheral items. Next is joystick. As we know, joystick, like I talked before, is just for playing games, not and not just including input, and then joystick is for like controlling your gameplays, like maybe in your PC or your PS. Just like just using joystick because of that joystick is inciting like including by peripheral device, and this is the end of the hardware thing, and then we can next like jump in next into the software. Can you wait just for a while? Okay, as you can see in my device right now. Okay, as you can see in my device right now is about next after we learn it after we learn hardware we can move into software. Then what is software? Software is like you can say why it called software because software is thing is controlling your hardware, but it can be touched, that cannot be smelled, but we can still use it because of that. It's called by software. And then software has many things, many kind. You can see in here. Software has US displayed by four kind. First is paidware, freeware, free software, and then shareware. I will explain to you what of all of it. First is paidware. Why it's called by paidware? You can see if you see in my wait sorry, if you can see in my search field, and then we can see it like software. Fedware is like Adobe, and Microsoft Office, and many again. Because of why it's called by paidware, because that software it must be paid, and then not free for using it. Next is freeware. Freeware is like just like the software, but we can use it free without limited time. We can use it free for every time for forever. Because of that, it's called by freeware. Next is free software. Free software is seems like like um like s- it seems like freeware, but it's like about having some times for using it. And then freeware and free software is seems like not like the two kind of this is same, but free software is about like we can see like we can pay for it, but it still can must be free software. Next is shareware. Why called by shareware? Because shareware is like if you're using Adobe, it must be like trial time. That's why it's called by shareware because the trial time. Maybe the example is like you want to buy Adobe, and then if before you buy you want to try it before you want to try the Adobe, and then you want to like try the example. That's that's the page where it's working on that, like giving 1 month trial. So for trying your Adobe, it's like very get benefits because that's why the paidware is working on the shareware is working on that. Software has two types. The first is operating system, and next is application system. What is operating system? Operating system is the system like software to serve as a category of software, but this system is for like made your device is always it's like the theme of your device. It seems like Apple OS, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, and MediaGate. And then, and this is the example of us: Microsoft, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, Mac OS system, and MediaGate. Because of that, it's because in one device is that there was must be one OS for accompanying the device. Next is application system. Application system is about like it's about like normal software. Let's have like seven things that can I explain to you for explaining about application system. First is package software. Package software is seems like software has and copyright. Copyright is can be used by uh, our own user or company user. And next, the example is Microsoft Office and other Photoshop and Renegade. Next is custom software. Custom software is like software have like um, have its own function, and then this software is it's similar like ordered by one company or the programmer for a normal function is used by that company. As the example is like the application for application of one school. Next is web-based software. Why called by web-based software? Software in website it's like software in website and user and you can see we can use it. We can use it. This web-based software is for like if we like connecting into the internet. It seems like email, web browser, game, and many game like Instagram, like Facebook, and many. Next is OSS, open source software. Open source software is software is we can use it and we can like we can modification that software and then we can giving like open source we can edit them and we can uploading to the game. Next is shareware. Shareware is software is had some copyright, but his like distribution that application is about like and free and just like with the time limiter. Seems like yes, it's like shareware, like Adobe. like is using for 30 days for a free period of time. It's like very normal in our world. Next is freeware. Freeware is a software has a copyright and that free and we can use it without and modification that like open source. In freeware we can use it and download it forever for free. Next is public domain software. And it's like software that have copyright and that like the give a donation to the public and not like limit a user. And then it's other all people's we can copy it and then can distribution that to other people's. Because of that it's called like public domain software. And maybe that's all for the like this software thing. We can move on to network fundamentals thing. Topology. Maybe wait for a while.
Okay, Jagat. Maybe that's enough.
You know,
Yes. We continue after asar or
we can continue after some.
yes or no?
Or that can be like for like this.
What?
This can be like for only 40 minutes, or we can continue this.
At 40 minutes.
Okay. Maybe
Okay.
that's all for me and ada
Thank you, Jagat. Okay, thank you, Jagat. Okay, maybe that's all for the weekend teach talk. Yes. Thank you for your attention. Sorry for any mistake. And last, I say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.